Hello everyone, I'm Adelaide and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my very first speed build, which I am super excited about. I will be building my Springcore entrance. I really wish my airport wasn't blue, so it matched a little better, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. I did place this bridge down to get an idea of how I wanted the entrance to flow, and Raymond's also in the background. He is my newest villager from my latest villager hunt, so make sure to check that out if you want to see that. Down here I have all of my items laid out I think I want to use for the build. It really helps me visualize what I want for the design aspect. And over here I have my flowers as well in those beautiful yellow, white, and greens. But let's get started on this build. To start, I'm going to do all the cliffscaping and waterscaping. I like to do this first to get a general shape that I want for the entrance. I wanted to do a lot of natural waterfalls and pond areas, so I will be back in a little bit. I was really inspired to do a Springcore theme for my island because it is spring here in America. Unfortunately, with spring comes pollen allergies and I have them pretty bad right now, so I do apologize if my voice sounds a little hoarse. I really wish I could breathe. I didn't realize how long cliff building and waterscaping took. By the end of the video, it was an hour and 15 minutes long before I sped up the footage or cut anything, and I was honestly so shocked by that. It really makes you appreciate how much effort and time other Animal Crossing creators put into their builds, and it really just made me appreciate their content. Now I'm starting on the cliffs on the right side of the island. I really wanted to close this space off so visitors or villagers can't cut through to the right side of the island. I really want to put my campsite down next to these cliffs, so I wanted these two areas to be separated by this waterfall as well as these cliffs. Here I am adding another layer of cliff to add more waterfalls as well as trees later on. I honestly really like the forest core vibes as well. I don't like big empty spaces. I have a hard time decorating them, so I really like to encase all of my areas in nature and flowers. So this is kind of going to be a mix of a Springcore forest. This area to be a little fishing spot, so I am building a pond outwards from the existing waterfall. I also left this little island in the center to possibly put a butterfly model or a duck. I'm not entirely sure, but I actually like the shape of this pond. I usually struggle with little waterfalls and pond areas, but I think it turned out really nice. Since the cliffs and waterfalls are finished, I will now be planting all of my trees. I wanted to focus mostly on hardwood trees since they match that Springcore aesthetic, but I will be mixing in some peach trees as well as cedar trees. Peaches are the native fruit on my island, and I honestly think they match pretty well considering they have that pastel yellow and pink color to them. Since all of the trees are now placed down, I will be starting on my path. I'm going to be using a lot of custom codes here, and they will all be linked in the description below, but right now I'm going to use the super popular Daisy path. I absolutely love this path. I think it is so gorgeous, and I love that there's so much detail to it as well. Here I just wanted to make a small little picnic area. I wasn't sure what I was going to put on top of it just yet, but I did want to place down that little bunny custom design. I thought it looked so cute popping out beneath the picnic blanket. Now I'm going to be placing down some bushes. I ultimately decided on the pink camellia bushes. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce them, but I did play around with a couple of them off screen and I liked the muted color on these bushes, so I chose these ones. I'm finally in the decorating stage of this build. I really wanted to mix up the combinations of flowers and not have any of the same type in the same area. I also decided to put down a sign leading to resident services, as well as this butterfly model to make the area feel full. Felicity insisted on having a conversation with me right on top of the picnic blanket, which I wanted to decorate, so I did have to shove her around a little bit before I could design. I wanted this area to be a little reading spot. I also added the nuptial ring pillow, which hasn't been released yet, but I had to add it because the colors on the roses were perfect for this area. I put down this lace circle because I wanted to put the wedding bench on top of it. This is one of my favorite items in the game. I think the colors on it are absolutely perfect for the Springcore theme, and I really wanted there to just be a little sitting area for people to wait to catch their flights or sit by the waterfalls. Here I am starting to decorate the pond area. I wanted this space to feel pretty natural since it's a little fishing spot, so I added that green leaf pile and used a lot of weeds. I'm trying my hand at the super popular inverted path that I've seen so many creators do. What you do is you take an in-game path and then place custom designs on top of it, and I actually really loved how this turned out, especially with the lace detail I added to it. I thought the path looked amazing. This pond wouldn't be complete without a Karopi snack, and so I put him over in the corner and I thought he looked so adorable. And so now I'm going to set up a little fishing spot with the flimsy fishing rod and a stool with some bait on the top. I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do with this left section. I definitely know I want to put a villager house down over on the left side of the entrance, so this area is a bit of a placeholder before I figure out what I want to do here. Now I am moving on to decorating the cliffs. I have to admit, I think this was the hardest part of the build for me. I really don't like to overload the cliffs with furniture items, so I really wanted to stick with a more natural theme for the cliffs, and I honestly really loved this dirt circle I have over on the left side. I think it turned out really cute. Up here, I had to add one of my absolute favorite items, the simple kettle, and I placed it on top of this customized Zen cushion, and I thought it looked really sweet. I also decided to drop some cosmos right behind it, and I think that added a little bit of detail to it. I decided to swap out some of the custom designs underneath this mushroom platform. They look too similar to the ones up on the cliff, so I changed those up and placed the mushroom back down. I really wanted to incorporate a windmill into this build. I think that there's such a cool item and I wanted to use it so badly. I had to get rid of the waterscaping to make it fit, but I honestly loved where I put it down. I think it looked really cool from below. I also decided to use a bunny day basket here. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to stay, but I honestly really like the pastel colors, and I don't really have another use for it, so it's going to sit right there. Now I'm going to start on the right side of the cliffs. This decoy duck really had it out for me today. I could not get it to face the right way for the life of me, so I eventually just ignored it and came back to it later. I had to remove this tree so I could put a butterfly model down. I wanted it to be by the waterfall because I thought it looked really pretty up on those cliffs, and I also decided to place a bush down as well as some more flowers. This is the final little area on the build. I really wanted to incorporate a garden wagon because I think the flowers give such a pop of color, and they match that bunny day basket I have up on the cliff. It took me a minute to figure out how I wanted it to sit beside the cliffs, but I eventually pushed it behind this mum here and gave it a peach tree as well. Here we have my finished Springcore entrance. I'm gonna do a little walkthrough for you guys so you can see the entire area, but I am honestly so happy with how it turned out. I had low expectations because this was my very first speed build, but I honestly think the area turned out so beautiful and natural, and I honestly fell in love with it more and more as I walked through it. I also adore this inverted path. I think it turned out so gorgeous, and I think it adds so much to the area as well. And this fishing spot looked so cute. I loved the karopi snack in the background. It added just that little touch of whimsy to the area. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Please let me know what you think of my entrance, and I hope to see you in my next speed build.